Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kayla Lindsay, and today we have quite a bit to cover. Get ready to take notes. We are going to talk about client events on a budget. So I'm sure some of you guys have seen massive client events where you've got agents that brought out a bounce house and they did a corn maze and they gave away pumpkins and all these things and food and drinks and invitations that are just gorgeous with foil leafing on the inside. Now, what you might be thinking to yourself is, I can't do a client event. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. Hell, I don't have enough past clients. There's no way the client event is for me. Well, buckle in. I'm going to show you guys how a client event is not only doable, not only budget friendly, yes, budget friendly, but can also be successful. So here's the top things you need to know about planning a client event. Now, first off, client events, that's what it's called. But what we have opened it up to is clients, sphere, and hot prospects. We all know there's some people that we're talking to that they haven't quite bit the bullet, they haven't moved forward with us, and we want to convince them that we're the team for them, we're the agent for them. We give back to people that give to us. So guess what? Clients, family, sphere, and hot prospects that are getting ready to sign, they all get invited. All of them. So now you're probably thinking, well, shit, that just opened up the pool of people to like 4, 5, 6, 700 people. Hopefully that's true, because that would be amazing. So here's how you do it on a budget. First off, you have to pick what kind of event you want to do. Now, if you are writing things down, which I highly suggest you do, or flag this video for later, you want to go and spread them out throughout the year. Now, here's a few fun tips on how to book and when to book. 1, avoid the month of December. No one is going to show up, or very few, even though they want to, because guess what happens? They have 16 other Christmas parties and New Year's parties they've been invited to, and guess what? Their real estate agent's party is probably on the bottom of their list. Now, I say that in jest because I have thrown parties and they didn't get the turnout that I desired, but if I shifted it a little bit, I got a phenomenal turnout. So here's some of the events that I do just to give you an idea. And when you're planning these events, be sure to plan events that you can do over and over and over again. What I mean is, for November, we do a family photo event. It's very simple. We pick a place in the park. We get a professional photographer. People come out, get a family photo, and guess what? Now they've got a digital and a physical print to put on their Christmas cards or wherever else they want to put it, right? Simple and easy. That's our November. As we come into March, April, because it always depends on the time of year, we're going to have our Easter egg hunt and Easter bunny. We're also going to go ahead and have where you can dye eggs, take a picture with the Easter bunny. Photos are key. Write that down because it means it's something they can take home in memory of that day that you created for them. Also write this down. People never forget the way you made them feel. When you're planning these events, don't think of how much money should I give them, how much of a product or value should I give them. Think of what kind of memories can I help them create with their family or friends? What kind of memories can I help them have that made them feel special, right? How cool is that? Now, moving forward, you might also do an event, let's say in May or April, and you could do a moms and mimosas. This has always been a fun one where you invite women out and they can bring their spouses, it's okay. They can bring the kids, it's okay. But you have mimosas, they get to go ahead and get a back massage. You have a little station over here for the kids to play, and you do a little something for the moms, right? That could be a really cool one. As you get into summer months, how about a movie in the park? Now, one thing I don't like, I'm not a fan of renting out movie theaters and putting people in them just for the fact that you don't have as much engagement, right? They walk in and then they walk out. You don't get to say hi to them hardly at all. But if there's some kind of engagement before and after, or if you can incorporate it into something that it's welcome to have noise, it's welcome for things to be happening, picnic in the parks are fun, right? You can rent out a popcorn machine and just have like sodas, waters, and a couple of snacks, have a cornhole board, little things that are fun, maybe bubbles for the kids, but everybody gets to bring their own blanket and snacks and watch a fun movie up on you do a blow up one, but a blow up screen. Another event that you might want to host is coming back into the school year, right? So we have, I support a lot of rescues, but I do a lot with dogs. So we always have a dog event, right? Something with dogs, for dogs, about dogs. Start getting creative, but don't overthink it. okay? So now let's talk a little bit about budget. You might be thinking, or overthinking like I've done in the past, like, oh, but I gotta have all these things. I gotta have this awesome charcuterie board and I gotta look really fancy. Don't overthink it, especially when you first get started. Write this down, just take action. Just take action. No matter how imperfect that action is, just take action. So, what kind of budget? Well, let's go ahead and highlight my family photo event. The photographer is going to charge us about $250 for the first hour with an extra $75 per hour after that. We've blocked them out from 2 until 5 on a Saturday. Also, bear in mind, if you're doing it outdoors, take into account daylight savings time if you're coming into that time of year where it's going to shift, okay? So the photographer is one cost. Then we have renting out the shelter, because we're doing a shelter at a park. This way, if it does rain, we do have a place to be, okay? And so at the park, we have a shelter. It's about $50 to rent it for the day. Awesome. What that also does is it gives us picnic tables that we can now use. Yes, that's right, multitasking. Now the next thing is food and beverage. What do we do for food and beverage? Now I have messed this up so many times I can't even begin to explain, but food and beverage can be very simple. I used to get different cases of beer, so everybody had their favorite beer. I'm a beer lover. If you've ever followed me, you know I love beer, but that's not necessarily what everybody else wants. And most people are not gonna hang out for this event, right? It's a come in, get your photo done, and leave. But we got to have some laughs, some engagement, etc. So water, apple cider, sweet tea, maybe some hot chocolate for the kiddos. We're gonna get some thermoses. And then for snacks, we're gonna have little sugar cookies made that have our logo on it. The sugar cookies are about $11 a piece. Now you might be going, holy crap, I'm getting to that, don't worry. In addition to that, we also are gonna have some veggies, some just simple items they can pick up and not dig their hands into, but just snack foods, guys. Like, don't overthink it, simple snack foods, all right? Now we also have decorations. Now I know some people are gonna put this on Christmas cards and what have you, but let's face it, it is fall in the South and it is gorgeous. The trees are popping with color. I want to exaggerate that. So we've got pumpkins, we've got a blanket for them to sit on, we've got hay bales and hay stalks. It's gonna be so much fun and I absolutely love it. And that is gonna cost money. Now there's little other things that you might not think about, like a whiteboard to put their number on it. So when we register them as they're about to take the photo, we can match them up later. No, I don't remember what all my clients look like. Some of them, it's been 5 years since I've seen them in person because they don't always show up to events, right? So make sure you have a system. Now, before I get you freaking out because you're starting to do the tally, let's talk about how we finance all of this, okay? 1, you should have vendors that will help you. What kind of vendors? Well, for example, we have a lender that we work with. I have a phenomenal insurance guy that I absolutely love with Cap Insurance. He's amazing. Shout out to Charlie. Also shout out to Paul at Dash Home Loans. We love you guys. And we have a phenomenal home inspector that we love, Home Inspection Carolina. Shout out to Preston. You guys are fantastic. Now, one thing that you might notice is I know all the people, right? Don't go calling vendors that you've never worked with or have zero intention on ever using again and asking them for money. Don't ask them for money. That's just poor form, all right? Go with people that you're already working with, people that you already know, like, trust, and use, right? Because the idea is you brought them business and it's time for them to support you a little bit and they are happy to do so. You know why? Because you've already proven that you're gonna bring them business. I know a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, I got money from this person and this person. And I said, have you ever used them? Have you ever brought them business? They're like, no, not really. I hoped I would. I don't like doing that. It's just, maybe it's a personal thing, but work with the people that you know, like, and trust, and then you've already brought some business to. So our lender is gonna help pay the photographer. Then our home inspector is going to help pay for food and beverage, as well as the insurance agent that we have is gonna help pay for not only the food and beverage, and it's kind of everybody's gonna share, even Stevens, but it's also gonna go to our follow-up system. So you might be saying, what kind of follow-up system? Well, when we send out the invitations, we have all of their logos on it, right? We wanna make sure we get everybody's logo on it so that everybody's getting advertising. Now, when this event gets started a few weeks prior, we're sending text messages with Eventbrite links and the image. We're sending out, we're doing phone calls to most of them, and we're doing emails. Now, in addition to that, then you've got the day of, then you've got the thank you that you can send out. Make sure you take lots of pictures while you're there, people having fun. We're also gonna have a little station for kids to paint pumpkins, right? Very fall and festive. But we also have thank you and then the follow-up. So these people have had their photo taken. Now you can send them the digital image with a thank you on it. You can handwrite a thank you note and say you appreciated them being there, and then you can also print the photo and put stickers with everybody's logos on the back that help make it possible. So how often do you actually print your photos? I rarely print them. I really need to. I've got some phenomenal photos, but guess what? Do you think a mom or a dad or anyone would really have time to print photos these days? No, we've got too much going on. We've got the instant gratification where we can swipe and see it, but it's so nice to look at a wall and see your family. So going that extra mile and having it printed, it might cost a few extra dollars, but make sure that you're going to share that cost with your vendors and get those logos on the back there. So don't overthink it. If you take anything away from this, it's pick 2 to 3 events a year that you're going to do consistently. Have a conversation with the vendors that are going to help you do it, and keep it simple. Go out there, be prosperous, invite people to join you, and remember, come from a place of giving and you will receive. I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure to go ahead and check out below. I do have some schedules that I'm probably going to post down here with regards to what kind of events I have to keep you guys going. I'm Kaila Lindsey. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time.